Hello, brothers and sisters. Thanks for joining me again. Hey, let's talk about shoplifting again in the UK. The note here, due to scumbag shoplifting, please ask for assistance to open cabinets. Thank you. Very polite. I did a story on that a day or two ago. So if you want to watch that one, go back and look at it. But then I saw this one, wanted posters of shoplifters may breach privacy, says Watchdog. Okay, so what is this about? And it looks like this is in the Times, and I'll put a link in the notes so if anyone wants to go back and read this or refer to it. But I do expect we'll probably read the whole thing. All right, so this was posted August 11th. This is the 15th, so it's 4 days ago. Shopkeepers have been told they can share details of thieves amongst themselves, but should not name and shame them publicly. What? That's always been a thing, hadn't it? Like, I remember seeing pictures of suspected shoplifters up in shops all my life, and I've seen that in places in the U.S. and in the U.K. It's not common, but I have seen it. So let's see what it says here. Business owners have been told they should not put up pictures of suspected shoplifters in their shops in case they breach data protection laws. What? Data protection laws? The Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, said putting up images of thieves may not be appropriate behavior, warning retailers they must only share personal information that is proportionate to achieve your purpose. I think their picture is pretty proportionate. Helps me see them when they come in, and let's shame them so other people know that they're thieves. I don't really see a problem. I think that seems normal to me. It follows reports that police told a shopkeeper in Wales to take down a sign calling shoplifters scum. That was a sign above because it could cause offense. Rob Davies from Wrexham, who runs a vintage clothing and accessory shop called Run Ragged, was informed the sign could be seen as provocative and offensive. I didn't know that offensive signs were illegal in my own shop in the UK. Hey, tell me in the comments about it if that's a thing, because I don't think that's a crime. Katie Lamb, the MP for Weald in Kent, I don't know if that's how you say it, claimed that one of her constituents who had been plagued by shoplifters was told to take down photographs of the suspect. Okay, so that happened in Kent, it looks like, the pictures. Despite the shop owner giving police CCTV, card details, and number plates, Lamb said no action was taken apart from a visit from police who told him to take down the pictures because of general data protection regulation. Yeah, it's like, so it does seem like our laws are really designed to protect criminals, right? And I don't see a problem here. In the U.S., just to educate, pretty much you don't have an expectation of privacy if you're in a public place. And so anyone can take photos of anyone just walking around in public. And so in your own shop, you can take pictures of people in your own shop, and then you could post them. You can do whatever you want with those pictures, pretty much, if they're taken in a public setting. And your shop for you would be a public setting, and that's just kind of how it works. But it looks like in the UK, they've got these data protection regulations. Our system should crush the lawless and protect law-abiding. It does the opposite, she posted on X. Yeah, absolutely. It's protecting the criminals. The ICO said the data protection laws could help retailers tackle shoplifting by sharing criminal data as long as it's necessary and proportionate. We want businesses to be able to take action to prevent crime, but we want people who aren't breaking the law to be able to go about their day without unjustified intrusion. It said, hey, if I've got pictures of somebody stealing from me on a CCTV camera and I post that, then that person is a lawbreaker. And obviously the police aren't doing enough if people feel like they have to do this. If shopkeepers are putting signs up calling shoplifters scumbags, and if they're putting up pictures, then obviously shoplifting is out of hand and the police aren't doing enough. So police, go do your job. The police, you should stop having your female officers go jogging and then catch the the people that are honking at them. Go catch some real criminals. Stop throwing Lucy Conley in jail for mean tweets. Why don't you guys go catch some of those rape gangs or some of those grooming gangs? Is it the best use of police resources, do you think, to tell shopkeepers to take pictures of criminals or alleged criminals down from their shop? The world has gone crazy. Actions for retailers deemed to be appropriate by the ICO include giving a suspect's details to police or sharing information about the incident with a manager of another store nearby. However, businesses sharing images with each other or in a staff room was considered inappropriate, according to ICO. It also advised against putting images in the local area, such as shop window or lamppost. So you can't even put the pictures up in a staff room, basically to warn your staff, hey, watch out for this shoplifter. And, if this person comes in, hey, call the police, or watch them closely to make sure that they don't steal any of my stock. You can't even do that. You must only share personal information in a way that's proportionate and necessary to achieve your purpose and goal. I think that's completely proportionate. I don't see a problem here. Official figures released last month show that nearly 3 thefts per minute during usual opening hours are being reported in Britain at a cost of £1.8 billion a year. And that's only the ones being reported. I saw in another story that the guy in the scumbag story said he wasn't even reporting crime. He just put the sign up because the police don't do anything about it anyway, according to him. Downing Street said on Monday that Sir Keir Starmer would not call shoplifters scumbags. I would. But then maybe that's part of the problem. When asked if Starmer held the same views as Davies, the owner of the vintage shop, who put up the sign using the term, the Prime Minister's official spokesman said, "It is not the language I would directly use, but we have been very clear through our actions that we take shoplifting seriously. We understand the blight that shoplifting has on our streets and local businesses." So that he just said a whole bunch of words and actually said nothing. in my view. Alex Davies-Jones, a Labour minister and MP for Pontypridd, defended retailers who had shared information about prolific offenders, saying that stores in her constituency had been left with little choice because shoplifting in the UK has got out of hand. Sharing information, including CCTV images of prolific offenders, is what they had to do to protect their businesses. The ICO on Monday said the regulator doesn't set strict requirements on how organizations should respond to shoplifting, as data protection law recognizes that some circumstances may vary. A spokesman said, "We provide guidance to help organizations use people's information in a way that is lawful, fair, and proportionate." There were a total of 530,000-ish shoplifting offenses recorded by police forces in England and Wales in the year to March. Wow. That's only 3 months. They're on track to have 2 million offenses by the end of the year. That sounds like a lot to me in the UK. So tell me in the comments, if you're in the UK, is shoplifting a big problem? It sounds like it from this story, and this is in the Times. This is the highest level since current records began 2 decades ago, with ONS saying there had been sharp rises in shop theft since the pandemic. James Lohman, chief executive of the Association of Convenience Stores, said its own crime report showed that the figure could be even higher, with more than 6.2 million incidents recorded in the past year. Wow, 6.2. Well, yeah, that's just recorded. So, these numbers are very different. Wherever they're getting their numbers is very different. One's on track to be 2 million this year. The other one was 6 million last year. There's something wrong with those numbers. Retailers tell us they won't report crime if they have no faith in it being investigated. Yeah, why bother? Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, earlier this year scrapped a £200 theft threshold introduced by former Tory government, which meant that police did not need to prioritize theft under that sum. Yeah, so good. That's actually good that Yvette scrapped the £200 theft. UK, we all know what's going on here. This is not like rocket science. What's happening is, and it's the same in the US, it's soft on crime policies by these very liberal governments. These do-gooders get in there and they think, hey, we're going to be nicer to the criminals because it's not their fault for whatever reason. And oh, it's only shoplifting. Maybe they needed the money. They say stuff like that. So you look the other way on shoplifting. They did the same thing in LA. It had to be, I want to say it was over $900 to be prosecuted in LA. And guess what happened? Everyone was shoplifting in California because they did that. It's the same thing here. These soft on crime policies just invite more and more crime. There is a reason that you don't speed when you're on the motorway. You do it because you're going to get a fine. So we need stronger policing. It's the same in Washington D.C. This isn't strictly a UK problem. It's a soft on crime problem, and then it's exacerbated by the mass migration that we're having. There are way too many people all coming in, and I'll agree that probably most of them just want better lives and want jobs. But there's so many coming in. There's a bunch of scumbags in that group too. And those knuckleheads are thieves and are thieving. And so that's a problem. And so you got to get a whole handle on your migration problem too. In my view, if someone's in a country illegally, I don't care what country it is, and I don't care who the person is, what they look like, where they're from. All I got to hear is they're here illegally, and then they should be sent home or sent somewhere else, just not here. I'm all for that. I was in, no, it's not the UK, but I was in Dublin. I want to say it was 3 years ago. And the streets in Dublin were full of people that didn't look Irish to me. I could be wrong, but I think they're having a mass migration problem over there. And guess what? Every store I went into had a security guard in Dublin, every single one. And theft, it was a big problem. I actually asked one of the security guards, hey, I've seen a lot of security. And they're like, yeah, shoplifting is a big problem. And so we've got security guards pretty much in all the stores. That's what he told me. And so this is really a big problem. And it's soft on crime policies paired with over migration. So Europe, UK, America, let's get tough on crime and make it a decent place for everyone to live. Thanks. Hey, if you like this, like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, hey, don't watch me. Let me know in the comments if you think I got anything wrong or if there's any other stories you think I should do. And if it's interesting, if I think I have something to say, I'll do it. And if I got something wrong, if it's big enough, I'll do a new story about it. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.